Hi, hello out there, being beyond the fourth wall, also known as YouTube. I hope you're having an awesome day. I had this duality concept in my mind for a while, and I kind of want to address it. This one's not going to be under things you're not supposed to talk about, and that's typically controversial. While this one's going to be controversial, this is going to be more of a standalone video. Early, that's the goal as of right now. So, spoiler alert, as they like to call it, if you are easily offended, if you require a safe place, aka a sanctuary city, don't come here. A little bit of biblical perspective, sanctuary city was originally designed for people who accidentally, and in this instance it is used correctly, accidentally killed somebody. So what they would do is they would flee to one of these cities, and you basically have to stay in the city to avoid having the avenger blood from the person that you accidentally killed. And if you stay in the city until either you die or the high priest dies. In that case, after the high priest dies, you are free to leave the city without having the avenger blood come after you and kill you. With that little context, if you don't require either of these two things, we can proceed. If you do, and you're still watching, you enter at your own risk. So with no further ado, there are two, I guess you would want to call it categorical entity that I like to call them. Both occurred in my lifetime, or at least before then. I'm going to call it Fema and Mid 2. Now, if you follow the social graphical construct, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. For those who don't, I'm going to still use those terms, but I'm going to put this lightly. Fema feminism, good, bad, and ugly. Mig 2, subtext, MGTOW, men going their own way. So I'm going to start with the Fema first. I'm going to say what they started out as and what I've seen it turn into now. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the MG2 or MGTOW. And then I'm going to describe why it's not working. Well, the Fema originally started, at least to my recollection, constitutional, where they allowed women to vote. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good. Just before I was born in 81. So I've already aged myself out. So what? Now, as I saw, historically speaking, not that long after women had the right to vote, which, like I said, isn't bad or good. First thing, to my recollection, they attacked was alcohol, hence the prohibition. Although with the prohibition, they were also banning foreign beer, mainly Germanic, because they had dark beer. Americans typically have watery beer, but that's the historical context. Jump forward, and then we obviously know the prohibition didn't work, Jump forward to the 60s, also known as the 70s, the free love era, burning the brothel or whatever. Great, fine, I have no problem with that. The only downfall of that would be the over-sexualization of the female body nowadays. But whatever, that's a different topic. And then jump forward to the 80s, which when I was born, since I already pinpointed myself, began, and I live in Iowa. We're still conservative and progressive, by the way. Not always a good thing. Started out what I like to call the no-fault divorce. Now, I am a victim of that. My parents divorced from 80 to 91 when my parents split up. But anyway, the whole concept is no one's fault we divorced, but whatever. It made it more mainstream, And then that later on turned fast forward into divorce rate, which basically allowed the woman to take most of the asset. I'd probably get a video later. Go towards more recent events with the whole Me Too. Now, I'm not discounting the fact that they're interested in when guys do this. However, what I'm saying is, so to do false allegation, shame on you. You need to stop that shit. That's probably one of the main reasons why the Me Too or MGTOW is staying away from you guys. It's not that we're afraid of commitment. It's the draconian divorce court. That basically sums up that for me. And obviously now I can't really say certain things because you'll offend the women. Guys get offended, whatever, we just walk it off. Anywho, let's go over to the flip side, the Me Too. To my understanding, it's been around at least since 1700. Hence the Gentlemen's Club. And by that I mean studies where we would basically be a Renaissance man, learning multiple subjects, history, and I myself have a little morbid curiosity with World War I, World War II. Mainly the progression of Hitler moving toward the concentration camp and the forming of post and pre-Third Reich, as well as concentration camps and the development of, there's actually equipment. I don't care whether you believe that Holocaust was real or not. I'm fairly certain it is. But that's just summing up the whole study. And then let's move forward to more recent events with the whole girls moving into boys' places. Mainly they deconstructed the entire Boy Scout of America. Now it's Scouts of America. Now, you girls find it fun. You guys got a wonderful, ladies have this wonderful institution called the Girl Scouts of America. If you want to copy what we do in the Boy Scout and apply it to you girls, great. But there comes to a point in time where boys need to be boys and girls need to be girls. And let's face it, guys, we can be absolutely, whatever. Add a woman into that, and then into like the workplace, playplace, the environment changes immediately, for better or worse. Girls, you stay in your little spaces. Boys, let's development. Boys, men stay in our own development spaces. The whole Me Too, not cool. Now that I sum both of them up, let's cover what about both the institutions or differences of them. Remember what typically in a loosely organized group of women, mind you, they are organized, they may not be organized, they think they are, but they cover women's rights, you know. They basically pound at the door, bum, 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 until someone pays attention to them and pay attention to the man and then give it over. You know, there really is nothing to, if a guy wanted to, he could infiltrate it, if it were, and deconstruct it. Now, I don't think men would do that, but I'm just using an example. But with Me Too, we are not as organized, and by that I mean we don't have a leader that is the main mouthpiece. We each have our own ideology, from what you would call the black pill, which is basically, I don't want to do anything with women, period. If they screwed me over, I'm going full monk mode. To, you know, I'll involve myself with them, but I won't commit to any long-term commitment. And then you'll have that middle ground where I want to do something with them, but, you know, it's just pump and dump for me. I really don't care, you know, the consequences therein. So the problem with this and that is overall the birth rates have gone down. And if you really want to get down to it, the whole point of men and women ultimately is to get married and have children, hence procreate. But sent to the draconian divorce court, men don't generally get a fair shake. It's the woman that's usually favored. Usually, not always. I'll give you a perfect example. Anyone that ever watched TV have at least seen the TV show Cops. Now, I'm not making fun of any law enforcement personnel. Sorry, adjusting the camera. When they give you the Miranda rights, after they had the whole incident where habeas corpus, if you pay attention to them what they're saying in the Miranda right, anything you say and do will be used against you in the court of law. Will be used against you. Will not help you. Will be used against you. Which is why the whole divorce court sucks for guys. Usually favoring women because, you know, they need the nurturing side or whatever. I'll admit I'm bitter. Partially due to that. And, you know, having divorce court the way it is now, you know, having to pay the woman alimony and the lawyer system, whatever. It's a gamble. I mean, it really is, you know. Unless, I am awesome! You know, sorry about that notification for a video from Coach Greg Adams, sorry. It's the risk. So, I guess what I'm saying is the only real solution would be to, I don't know, stop labeling the group, the whole Emma what and me too, and deconstruct the entire divorce court system. And by that I mean fair shake on both sides. Gender really doesn't matter. If the father agrees, give custody to the father, agree. If the woman better suited, that's great. Don't demonize the father. And vice versa with the woman. They shouldn't have to pay exponential or exorbitant fees because the woman and 80% of the divorce, the 50% divorce court system is by the mother, a woman. Because she did not commit to do us part. Something to think about, really. Remember, I love you, but I can't learn it for you. You see why I wear the head wrap, because a contract I got all brown all over. So, like I said, you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want to see my videos furthermore. And hit that little bell. Make sure you do the all notifications. That way you can see all my videos. I love you, and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.